Hi everyone, let's start our session number 10 today. And in this session, we are going to start a new topic that is EWM Master Data. So here, first of all, we will be discussing about master data in SAP and master data specific to EWM module. So that's how we will be discussing in this topic. So master data in general in SAP, right? And then material master, then we have vendor master, customer master, right? And uh, as you can see here, material master actually it comes under MM module, right? And here we have different views maintained by different departments that we will see, and then business partner, like we have vendor and customer. Vendor belongs to customer belongs to SD, and then we will be discussing in detail about in detail about master data specific to EWM, right? So as you can see, before discussing master data related to EWM, we are understanding these vendors, customer, material, because these master data we will be using in our EWM. So that is the reason why we as EWM consultant should have knowledge about these master data. So let's first understand what is master data in SAP. Okay, so let me show you. As you can see here, in every organization, we have different departments, right? Like for inventory management and storage, we have warehousing. Similarly, for procurement, we have purchasing, right? Right. And for HR, we have HR department, management for accounts, and all these departments we have. And in these departments, we required some information. For example, right, purchasing. In order to purchase, we required material information. All right, and then of course suppliers information, right? Which material we are buying from which supplier. So this material and supplier information. So this is the example. These are the examples of master data. Similarly, from the sales point of view, they sell to customers. So customer information. So that is another example of master data, right? And similarly, here in accounts, they have different general ledgers. That is also example of master data. And here in our warehousing also, we have master data like supply chain unit, which we discussed, then product master and other master data. So here, if you look at this in image, so here I have highlighted few of the commonly used master data like material master, which is nothing but a detail of all the materials we have, right? So whatever materials or product. For example, Mr. Siddharadi, in your Reliance warehouse, how many product lines you store or how many product lines you manage? Mr. Siddha, are you online? Okay, I think right. So he's mute now. So when we take the example of Amazon, Amazon manages millions of products. So it means for all those millions of products in Amazon, this material master record. Materials is nothing but, we call it as material product or stock keeping units. So these are the synonyms which are used, all right? But in SAP, that is called as material master record. Okay, and similarly, Krishna, you work for one company, right? That was into manufacturing. Krishna, can you hear me? I believe my voice is clear and screen is being shared.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. So, Krishna, you work for one company, right? For
Yeah.
what was the product of your company?
Sir, we are assemble the parts, Jeep
As,
compass.
right, right. So, what is the finished product which you produce?
What? Once again, sir. Sorry.
What is the product which is produced in your company?
Sir, we are not produced, but we are making the 1, 2, 3 types of engines.
Engines. Okay.
And sir, we are assemble the full of Jeep compass and Nexon car.
Right, right. So you can see it means so you assemble and then supply to it's like a subcontracting company. You are working as a subcontracting company.
Yes, sir, subcontracting.
Subcontracting, right? So how many components or raw materials you receive and then assemble and then you supply to them, right? So how many how many as per bill of material you receive, right?
Okay.
Right. So how many do you know how many products or how many components you receive? Any idea?
Sir, actually, I am working internal as an internal, matlab
Okay.
interior engineer.
Okay. Okay.
I
Okay.
know
So
internal parts are
okay. So any
a lot
example
of
of
parts,
internal? Yeah.
IP based
Right. Right.
seats.
So how many? Just and approximate that maybe 100 parts or 1,000 parts or
Yes,
whatever.
mainly we have the supplier Ferocia company, you know, sir, MNC. We
Okay.
are taking the in IP console, then seats.
Hmm.
Then actually I was forget, but a lot of
No,
parts
that
I'm
is fine. So at how many in terms of numbers? How
around
many
30, 40 parts, 30.
40 parts, right?
Yeah.
So this is nothing but material master record in your company.
Yeah, sir.
Okay. And
Okay.
you take this product from different suppliers.
Yeah.
So how many suppliers? Approximate, maybe 10 suppliers,
We
20
have,
suppliers.
yeah. Okay.
Right. So
Okay.
that is called as vendor master record.
Okay.
So details of suppliers in SAP, it is called as vendor master record. Details of materials or products you in your company in SAP, it is called as material master record.
Okay.
Okay, and you are supplying to different customers, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is called as customer master record, meaning details of each customer, vendor, and supplier. So these are the examples of material master records. In SAP, they are called as material master record. That's what I'm trying to explain. Okay. So, and similarly, from finance point of view, here we also buy some assets, right? Machineries, equipments. So they are, and for them also we maintain the record how many machines, then which model of machine, their technical specification and all. For each of them we maintain. So that is those are, which is nothing but we are maintaining material master record for all these. Okay. So so here in master data in SAP is used as a base for any transaction. So master data is a collection of properties of an object. That object may be material master, material, maybe customer, vendor, or asset. Okay, so master data is generally static for any company and is very rarely changed depending on the requirement. So master data is maintained to carry out business processes. For example, if we don't maintain what materials we buy from different suppliers, then how we can buy, which material we can buy. Then similarly, these materials from which suppliers we are buying, so we must also maintain the supplier details. So maintaining those material detail is called as material master record. Maintaining suppliers details is called as vendor master record. Maintaining customer detail, it is called as customer master. Similarly, maintaining asset, like as I said, machines, equipments, right? Even systems which are considered asset. So we maintain details of each of these, and they are called as asset master. Okay, asset master. Right. So here, what we are trying to understand the concept of a material master record. So as you can see here, master data is maintained to carry out business processes. For example, to do the procurement, to do production, sales, stock transfer, physical inventory, and business activities. So master data is required to perform the business transactions. So it's like we are first maintaining details, and those details are nothing but master data. Okay, so so as you can see, master data in any information that is considered to play a key role in the core operation of a business. It may include data about vendors, materials, customers, pricing, banks, general ledger accounts. So banks, general ledger accounts, these are the details related to accounts department, which comes under FI module, right? Right, and when in inventory, suppliers, analytics, and more. Okay, so master data is created centrally and is valid for all modules and applications. So it remains constant over the time, but we need to update it on a regular basis. So, so this is brief about master data. Right. So with a proper master data record, business users can reduce the clerical time. Okay, data entry time. Okay. So master data contains detailed information about objects, and the object may be like material, customer, vendor, and is shared by all groups across organization. Okay. So to avoid duplication, SAP provided different views for master data, right? So that departments can maintain relevant information as per requirements in these views. So for example, if we look at the different master data we have in examples of different master data which are used in different modules, like from FICO module point of view, master data are like general ledger accounts, cost centers, banks, assets. So these are the master data from FICO. From MM point of view, we have material master records. So it's like the detail of each of material or product. Then in business partner, here we have vendor master records, detail of each suppliers. Okay, and then purchase info record. This is for pricing, source list, quota arrangement, condition master. So these are the master data related to MM. And then if we discuss about related to SD, here we have customer master record, similarly customer info record and others. Let's discuss about master data of EWM or MM. Here we have warehouse product master, storage bin, supply chain unit, packaging specification. All these are the EWM master data. Okay, and related to production planning, we have bill of material, work centers, routing, production version. These are the master data related to production planning. So as we discussed about organizational data, for every module, we have organizational data. Similarly, we have master data, which are used in different modules. Okay, so why it is required? For example, I am just taking one simple example. Okay, so let's say our procurement department would like to create a purchase order. So what do you think, in order to create purchase order, what information we require? Anyone?
Material required.
Material required and suppliers required, right?
Both also.
Yeah, because which material we want to buy, from which supplier we want to buy, and then at what price we want to buy, and for which, right? What are all those details we require? So we required material information, we required vendor information, we required pricing information, right? So material master record is a master data, vendor master record is a master data, purchasing info record is a master data. So as you can see, in order to create a purchase order, which is a transactional data, we will be discussing about different types of data as well. So here, you see, in order to create it, we require. So now we can see the usage of master data here we have. Okay, so let me open a purchase order to show you this one. So I'm going to here, let's open this one, this particular user. All right. Now I'm going to up transaction create purchase order ME21N. So as you can see here, we required supplier, from which supplier we are buying. We required which material we are buying, right? And then, so these are the master data, right? And at what price we are buying from the supplier. So for this, we required master data. And along with master data, we also required organizational data like purchasing organization, purchasing group, company code, right? And here for which plant we are buying, and then the specification. So these organizational data is also required. Then once all that data is filled up, then a purchase order can be created, and this purchase order is an example of transactional data. So first we are trying to understand master data and the transactional data. As you can see here, what we can see that in order to create a purchase order, we required master data as well as transaction organizational data. So let's go here. So this is one example. Similarly, if from SD point of view, we will see in order to create a sales order, we required customer master record, even material we required, right? Output conditions and different other master data are required. From EWM point of view, we required product, right? Business partner, packaging specification, and all those details. All are required. Okay, so this is the concept of master data we have, right? So we have right. So and for every master data, there is a unique number which is assigned.